This is a review for Algebra 1. We're talking about systems of equations. First of all, let's just kind of refresh our minds about what the graph looks like. If the graph is the same line, you have two lines but they're on top of each other, you need to remember that the number of solutions you will have is infinite. And the actual solution is considered ARN. If you have parallel lines, they're not ever going to touch each other. Therefore, the number of solutions is 0, and the solution itself is no solution, 0 with a line through it. It's important, and some of you have learned this the hard way, that if you mean 0, you just write a 0, and if you mean no solution, then you put a line through it. Those are two totally different answers. Intersecting lines are going to cross each other once, therefore you have one solution, and that solution will be written as a point, or you would say x equal and y equal, either way. So this is the number of solutions, and this is what the solutions will be. So to solve a system of equations graphically using the calculator, you're going to put equations in y1 and y2. Then you're going to do second calc 5. Let it draw, and enter, enter, enter. You then look at the bottom of your screen and you get x equal a number and you get y equal a number. And that's all there is to it. That's the easiest way, okay, but you've got to know the other ways as well. If you're going to solve one by substitution, you start by getting a variable by itself in either equation, it doesn't matter which one. Then you're going to substitute that expression into the other equation for the variable that you got by itself. This gives you a longer equation with just one variable showing up throughout it. You solve for that variable. Then you take your answer and substitute it back into the other expression, probably what you circled, and solve for the remaining variable. Probably the hardest, longest way, but you got to do it every once in a while. To solve a system of equations by elimination, you're going to manipulate or change the equations so that one of the variables cancels. In order to cancel, it's got to have the same coefficient and different signs. You got to have a positive and a negative. So you're probably going to multiply as you manipulate things. Once you've got that set up, you're going to draw a line and combine the equations, solve for the variable, and then substitute back into either of the original ones and get the other variable. So number 1 says solve by substitution. Notice that y is by itself. That's a good thing. This expression goes into the other equation for y. If you have circled an x, you cannot put it in the x spot, okay? We're trying to get this set up so that we have a long equation with one variable. So it's going to become 2x minus 9, and then instead of the y, you open parentheses and put your 6x minus 42, close parentheses, equals 14. So bring down your 2x. You have to distribute the negative 9, so minus 54x plus 378 equals 14. 27 minus, or 2 minus 54 gives you negative 52x. And then you're going to subtract your 378, so it's equal to a negative 364. Then you're going to divide by negative 52, and so x is equal to 364 divided by 52 is 7, so x is equal to a positive 7 because it was a negative divided by negative. This 7 goes back up to what you circled. Y is equal to 6 times 7 minus 42. You simply punch that straight into your calculator. 6 times 7 minus 42, and you're going to get 0. So y is equal to 0 is the other part of your answer. All right, the next one wants you to solve by elimination. You need to make something cancel. You look and you have a 7 and a 3. No good. You have a 10 and a negative 2. Okay, there's a couple of ways you can go about this. Probably just the easiest, most straightforward way is these are the ones that are opposite signs. So I'm going to get rid of my y. And I'm going to multiply everything in the top one by 2 because that's what's in the other y. Everything in the bottom one times 10 because that's what was in the first y. So you get 14x plus 20y equals negative 26. And you get 3x minus 2, no, you get 30x minus 20y is equal to 70, because you've got to multiply everything by 10. So you draw a line, and 14 and 30 gives you 44x. Your y's are gone, is equal to 10 minus 6 is 4, and 6 minus 2 is 4, 44. So then you divide by 44, and you get x is equal to 1, and that is an answer. Then you put that back into either of the originals. I'm going to go with the second one because it is smaller. So it's 3 times 1 minus 2y is equal to 7. So that's 3 minus 2y equals 7. Subtract your 3. Negative 2y is equal to 4. Divide by negative 2, and y is equal to negative 2. And that's your other answer. So to solve this one by graphing, you're going to put one of these at y1 and one of these at y2, and then you're going to do your second calc 5. So let's go to y1 and clear everything out. And we have x minus 3. And then at y2, we're going to have negative x plus 5. And we're going to go second calc. We're going to go to number 5. We're going to let it draw. When it finishes drawing, we're going to go enter, enter, enter. And we discover that x equals 4 and y equals 1. X equals 4, y equals 1, and you're done. All right, going to the next page. Solve by substitution. X was by itself, so this is going to substitute in for x. So 5 open, y plus 8 close, plus 3y equals 12. Distribute your 5 and you get 5y plus 40 plus 3y equals 12. 5y plus 3y is 8y plus 40 equals 12. Subtract your 40. 8y is equal to negative 28. You're going to divide by 8, and you're going to get y is equal to negative 3.5. A little unusual to get a decimal, but it is kind of a normal decimal, so we're okay. So x is equal to negative 3.5 plus 8. So you're going to want to come back to your calculator. Negative 3.5 plus 8 gives you 4.5. So x equals 4.5, and you have your answers. Now we're going to solve by elimination. The y's have the same coefficient, but they are the same sign. So I'm going to go to the second one, and I'm going to change every single sign. So now I can draw a line and combine. 7 minus 2 is 5x. The y's are gone. Equals 47 minus 19. 47 minus 19 in your calculator is 28. Divide by 5 in your calculator. Divide by 5 and you get 5.6. 5.6 for your answer. And so 7 times 5.6 plus y equals 47. So 7 times 5.6 is 39.2 plus y is equal to 47. So you're going to subtract 39.2. So 47 minus 39.2, and you get 7.8. A little unusual to get the decimals, but don't panic. Sometimes it does happen. So now we're going to solve by graphing. So we're going to go to y equal, and we're going to clear everything out. And we're going to put negative x plus 4. Negative x plus 4 at y1. We're going to put x plus 8 at y2. We're going to go second calc 5. We're going to let it draw. We're going to press enter, enter, enter. X is negative 2, y is 6. X equals negative 2, y equals 6, and that is your answer. The next one wants you to set up a system of equations. Now notice it says nothing about solving. All you're doing is writing your two equations and you're done. 560 tickets were sold to last week's game. Adult tickets were $3 and student tickets were $2. Total revenue was $14.20. What are the two things you're talking about? Adult and I'm going to call it C, child for students. Remember, if all you have are three things with money, all three of those go in the same equation. So 3 adult plus 2 child equals $14.20. I have all of my money in the same equation. The other equation will just add the adult and the child tickets and how many were sold. 560. They tried to trick you by spelling it out. All it wants you to do is write the system. It says nothing about solving, so you're done. Go to the next page. The football team scored 5 times for a total of 28 points. Each touchdown is worth 7 and each field goal is 3. Write a system of equations. Once again, you don't have to solve, you just got to set it up. The two things happening is you can have a touchdown or you can have a field goal. So we're going to say T plus F equals, and then we know that something has to go with T, so 7T plus 3F equals. Okay, so we either have to put 5 or 28. Which one goes with the 7 and 3? Well, what are 7 and 3 talking about? They're the points you get. So which of these numbers is talking about points? 28. So that one goes there, which means your 5 goes there. You're done because it doesn't say anything about solving. The graph below shows the distance from, okay, when you have a graph with a paragraph above it, we don't really care. Except for the question itself. Based on the graph, how long will they have been traveling when they are the same distance? The same distance is going to be where the lines cross. So it would be right here. They're asking how long, so you need time, and it would be 2 hours. Ricky likes red and black jelly beans. Red ones sell for $2 a pound, black ones sell for $1.50. Ricky wants to buy a mixture that weighs 4 pounds and he's going to spend $7.50. What are the two things? Okay, we have red and we have black. So we know that red is 2, so 2R plus black is $1.50. So $1.50 black equals, now these were both talking about money, so you pull your $7.50. So then your other one is R plus B is equal to, what's the only number you haven't used? 4. You are going to have to solve this one. So if you want to get y by itself, which in this instance we'll say b is y, you could solve it by graphing. So we're going to move the 2r over, and so let me change colors so you can see what's going on here. You would have 1.50b is equal to 7.50 minus 2r. And then everything gets divided by 1.5. And then for this one, b is equal to 4 minus r. And so you're going to take that to your calculator and put it in at y1 and y2. So go to y1 and clear everything out. And at y1, you have 7.5 divided by 1.5 minus 2x divided by 1.5. And at y2, you have 4 minus x. So then you would go second calc number 5 for intersect. Give it time to draw. Enter, enter, enter. And x, which is actually r, is 3, and y is 1. So x, which was r, was 3, and y, which was b, was 1. There's your answer. All right, a rectangle has an area of 276 square inches and a length of 46 inches. What set of equations can be used to represent the area and the perimeter? Well, area is equal to length times width, and perimeter is going to be 2 length plus 2 width. So we have 46 times x is equal to your area, which is 276. We have 2 times 46 plus 2 times x minus 46 is equal to your perimeter, which is 40, which we don't know, would be equal to p, your perimeter. Perimeter could also be 2 times 46 plus x. So these would be the two equations you wanted to use.